Hello everyone, welcome back. In the last session, we have discussed how we can inject the dependency of any bin based on setter and constructor injection while using the XML configuration. I mean to say, in the last example, we had create one XML file, and inside the XML file, I was writing all the bin definition. Today, or in this session, the example which I am going to discuss, this example is based on Java configuration. So in this example, I want to inject the dependency of any bin using the setter and constructor injection while using the Java configuration. I mean to say now I will not get the XML file and I will not write the bin definition in XML file. I will get one Java file or I will get one class file, and inside the class file, I will try to write the bin definition. And I want to tell you one more point here. The Spring Boot, which is our future topic or which we will discuss in the future, Spring Boot is also work on the principle of Java configuration. Spring Boot internally work only on the Java configuration. Spring Boot is completely free from the XML configuration. There is no XML concept in case of Spring Boot. In case of Spring Boot, but Spring can work on the principle of XML configuration or Java configuration. Once I will start the Spring Boot, there I will show you how Spring Boot use the Java configuration and how they inject the dependency. So for this example, let me open the Eclipse and we'll go in the Eclipse and we'll show you how we can write the bin definition inside the Java file or inside the class file. So let me go to the Eclipse now. So this is the Eclipse. Here, what I can do now, I am going to create one simple project. So the project which I am going to create, this is the traditional way of creating the project. Why I am saying this is the traditional way? Because I am not going to create any Maven project or Gradle project. This I am going to create the simple Java project. Now the question can come in your mind, then how you will add the dependency. So for adding the dependency, what I have did for this example, I have downloaded the dependency in my system and I kept in one of the folder. Now what I'm going to do, whenever that dependency will be required, I will add that dependency in this project or the project which I'm going to create now. So let me show you step by step how I can create the project and how I can add the dependency. So each and everything I will show you one by one. So first of all, let me come to this file, and inside this file, I will come to this new, and here you can see the option we have, that is the Java project. Now here we can give any name. Since this project is based on the Java based configuration, I am going to create the project related with the same name. So I can write here Spring Java based configuration. CONFIGURA. Okay. Now you can see here I'm getting some error here. Why I'm getting the error? Because you can see here I have one project with the same name, and inside one workspace I cannot able to create the two project with same name. And because of that reason, what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this name. So I'm going to create the project with the name Spring Java based configuration 2. And here you can see what version of Java I am using for this project. So I'm using the Java 17. If you want, you can use the same version what I'm using, or if you want to go for Java 21 as well or Java 22 as well, you can install that version and you can use that also. There will be no problem or will not face any problem for this example. Now what next I'm going to do, I'm just going to click on finish. Once I will click on finish, you can see one project has been created here. Inside this project, once you will expand, you can see one folder is there. The folder name is SRC. Now for this, inside this SRC, I'm going to create the one package. So the package name again can be anything. I'm going to give the similar kind of the package name. So com.spring.java config example I can say. So these are my project name. I'm going to use this. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get some couple of class. I will get around 3 to 4 classes and we'll see what is the purpose of that class and what I'm going to write inside that class. So the first class I'm going to get, that class is named as the customer class, and this class I will use as a bin class inside the Spring. So the class name is the class name is customer, Okay, now just click on the finish, and you can see one class has created. Now this class must have some data member. So what I can do, I will create some data member. So I'm going to create some of the data member here. So the first data member I can say name. So customer have some name. I'm writing private string name. Then the other data member which I'm going to create here, that is a phone number. So I can say phone number can be the data type of long. So I'm writing private long and then phone number. Now this two data member I want to inject based on the setter injection. Let me write that also so you'll not get confused. So this also I want to inject based on the setter injection, and this also I want to inject based on the setter injection. Since both of the data member you want to inject based on the setter injection, you must have to create the setter method corresponding to this data member. What I can do now to create the setter method, what you can do, you can just do the right click, come to source, and then come to generate setter and getter. You can see here there is one option generate yeah. So you can see this is the option generate setter and getter. Just click on this. Now once you will click on this, you can see we have the option. Here we have option select all, deselect all, select setter and select getter. This four option we have. I just want to generate the setter method for this. I do not want to generate the getter. If you want to generate both, you can click on, you can select this two checkbox and then just click on the generate. I want to generate only setter. I will just click on the select setter and then this generate option will get enabled. Generate button is getting enabled. Now I'm just going to click on this. Once you will click on that, you can see two setter method has been created corresponding to this two data member. So corresponding to this name, the setter method name is set name. Corresponding to this phone number, the setter method name is set phone number. Now what I can do more here, I'm going to create one constructor here. So the constructor which I'm going to create, that is a non-parameterized constructor. So this is one of the constructor for this class, and I'm going to write some message in. So the message which I'm going to write, I can write like this is the default constructor for the customer, or we can write a default customer constructor, any message you can write here. So I can write default. So we have to write in the string double quote. So default constructor for the customer. Default customer constructor, I can say. Okay. This is the just message I'm printing. And then if you want to write some more message inside the setter method, for name and inside the setter method for the phone number, that also you can write. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to write one more message here. So the message which will be here, that I'm just printing set name method for the name. I mean to say the method name I just want to print here, and this is the method for the name. Now what I can do here, I'm going to create one more class. Since this bin I have to inject based on the, I have to write the bin definition inside the Java configuration or inside the Java file. For that purpose, I'm going to create one more class here. The file name or the class name, I can say Java config. Again, for this, you can write the Spring configuration, Java configuration, or any name. It is up to you. So now what I can do, since this is the configuration file, I have to inform to the Spring. Once the Spring will come to this class, they can know this is the configuration file. And how we can inform to the Spring? For that, we have to use one annotation. Now, what annotation I can use? So this is the configuration file, and the annotation name is also configuration itself. So I'm going to write the annotation, that is the configuration. Okay. So you can see I'm not getting any option for this, and I'm getting the compile time error here. I'm getting some compilation error. And why I'm getting the compilation error? Because this configuration is not part of the Java package. This configuration is part of the Spring dependency or Spring package. We have to add the dependency for the Spring now. How we can add the dependency? So we'll just click on this project, come to this project, do the right click, go to build path, and after build path, come to the configure build path. After coming here, you have to come to the library tab, and then here you can select the class path. Once you select the class path, this button will get enabled. Click on the add external jar. Once you will click on that add external jar, they will ask you from where you want to browse your dependency, or you have to go to your dependency location, and from there you have to select all the dependency. And after selecting that, you have to click on open, and finally you have to click on apply and close. So I added all the Spring dependency. Now if I press Control and space after pointing the cursor here, you can see I am getting this option, and this configuration is the part of org.springframework.context.annotation. So I'm going to import this package. Now you can see we don't have any error here. We don't have any compile time error. Now I'm going to create one more class here, and that is a main class. So let me create that also. So the main class can be the name as lab2 or main2 or any name again. So I'm going to create the name with lab2, and then I will just click on finish. Now this is the main class. So what I can do, I will create the main method here, public static void main, and then I'm going to write one message here. The message, it can be I'm in the main method, or it is up to you what message you want to print here. I'm going to print the simple message. The message will be I'm in main method. Later point of time, I will change this message. I'm in main method. Okay. Now what you can do? Now you can come to the customer.java one more time. I have to create one more method here. So I have the constructor, I have the setter method. I want to print this name and phone number as well. So for that, I'm going to create one more method. The method name can be anything. I'm going to create the method as a public void, and the method name, it can be the, we can write as a customer info, or we can write the name as a info. So any message name we can give. So I'm going to write the customer info, and inside this method, I'm going to print the message like name and phone number. So I can say customer name. So we have to write the message in the double quote. Customer name is name. Okay. And then the second one, that is a phone number. So I can write here again, customer phone number is phone number. Customer phone number is phone number. So customer phone number is what I want to print here. So this is a complete class. Okay. Now I'm not going to write anything here. So you can see we have this class. Inside this class, we have two data member. We have one constructor. We have the setter method for that. And we have one extra method that is a customer info. Now we have to write the bin definition for this. So the bin definition I will write inside this class. So we'll see in the next class how we can write the bin definition for this customer bin, and what is the way to write the bin definition. We'll see in the next lecture, or we'll see in the next video.